If you're anything like me, you probably have a few SSDs sitting around from old builds, upgrades, laptops, mini PCs, or random storage projects. And the problem is always the same. You know the drives still work, but they're just sitting in a drawer doing nothing. So today we are checking out the ORICO MixData Vault 4 Big, and this is the 8848RC3. And the reason why this is important is because there are different versions of this enclosure. So kind of pay attention and be careful which one you're getting. So this is a 4-bay all-flash RAID enclosure designed for 2.5-inch SSDs and hard drives. This is not a NAS. This is not cloud storage. This is a DAS, a direct attached storage enclosure that connects straight to your computer over USB-C. The big question is this. Is this a clean, reliable way to turn your extra 2.5-inch SSD drive into one serious desktop storage setup? So let's unbox it, install some drive, test it out, and see if it's actually worth buying. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and unbox the ORICO MixData Vault. Let me put this first. All right, very compact, by the way. Very, very compact. So the accessory box. Get these out of the way. All right, so in the box we have USB-A to USB-C, regular US wall plug, tons and tons of screws, of course. We do have I haven't seen those in so long, the good old days of the SIM card. So it's like an ejector. I'm not gonna say SIM ejector, but it's there to either reset or eject something. And of course we have a power adapter. And included very nicely the screwdriver. Thank you, ORICO. This is a 3 by 30 millimeter. And then, of course, our user manual. Let's check out the main vent. Again, like I said, this thing is super tiny. All right, there's a warning here. Plastic bag can be damaged and dangerous. Oh, okay. So if you have babies and children or pets, don't leave these hanging around. What is going on here? Oh, maybe I should go that way instead. Seems like we have a tiny fin in the back of this. All right, this will not let me do this unbox gracefully. All righty, boom, okay. So on the side, yeah, ORICO MixData Vault. Same on this side. So in the back, we have, all right, so we have a power button. Okay, we have PC in and the USB-C. So this is, so that's what that little pin is for. So to reset the unit, and this is set. And then, if you pay attention, there's still a red box right here. It says RAID. So hopefully you can see it better here. Yeah, so it says RAID, you got on, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, interesting. We'll check that out. And of course, our good old DC power. And on the front, pretty much just the bays and then the indicator for our drives. So pretty interesting. I like to see. Very clicky. I like that. All right, so wow. So so in order to open these, so it's pretty much a little slider. So you don't push it as I was pushing. So you just slide it to the left. And very, like I said, so satisfying the way it click open. Oh my gosh. So it's like it doesn't even make noise. You hear this? Oh, that's nice. That is satisfying. Oh wow, good job, Oracle. All right, so I'm gonna take all the bays out. Just check out the inside. Okay, all right. So you can see your back plane. Yes, sir. And yeah, pretty nice design. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set these up, and I already have my drives ready to go. All right, so we have two of my Intel. Those are the DC S3500, and I got some Spatium S270 from MSI. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and install these, and then yeah, we're gonna go on the other side and see how this little bad boy perform. All right, so looking at this, the design is very clean. It has that silver desktop look that feels like it meant to sit next to a Mac Mini or a Mac Studio, a mini PC, or a very clean workstation setup. Okay, you got your rubber feet. And also one thing I need to mention, this is the version, that's why I say you gotta check the version that you have. This version only take 2.5 inch SSD or HDDs. There's another version that has an attachment here that can take NVMe SSDs. But that one runs a lot faster because this is only rated at the USB-C back here, it's only 10 gigabit per second. So again, at that speed, it's perfect for like a SATA hard drives, but for NVMe, we will need a little bit higher speed. And so yeah, again, like I said, in the front, you got access to your 4 drive bays. All right, and again, this is perfect for if you have SATA SSDs lying around and you want a quieter all-flash setup without using traditional 3.5 inch hard drives. So, all right, so I'm gonna grab the screws, install my drives, and yeah, and then I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, guys. Hey, we at my favorite part of the video, so we are going to do some testing. But prior to that, let me just mention that this enclosure comes with there's a companion software with it. So I'll just go to show you guys how to where to download it from. I wish it was straightforward or a QR code. Maybe I missed it during the unboxing. But I don't think I didn't find anything um on the box. So I don't know. It could be me. So don't get me wrong. So yeah. So you go to support. For some reason I don't know these are not loading. You go to product support. Okay. I don't know. It's anti-fake query. All right. And okay. So right here you got software and drivers. So we're gonna stick with software drivers. Now the only thing is, even I searched it earlier, it didn't come up. You have to just keep browsing because they have a tons of software for different products that they have released over the years. So I think it was on the third one I found. I found it. Let's see. I think it's the dead last. There you go. So this is right here. So Oracle RAID Manager software for the 4-bay and the 5-bay. So yeah, you're gonna select your operating system. So since we're on Windows, we're gonna select Windows, and boom, you go ahead and download it. And once you download it, it's gonna this. Okay, so pretty basic, pretty simple. Again, it doesn't need to be complicated. Remember, we want this software, all these things to do what they're supposed to do without being over complicated. So as you can see on the left, you got three different tabs. Um, you got the event log viewer, and then you got your basic RAID configuration down here. Or you can go advanced mode, all right, or you can set up your email notification and event setting. But again, you have to have your SMTP server name, server port, and the email that you are going to use. And now you can select what kind of notification you want to receive from it. And then again, you have your advanced RAID configuration down here in the middle. Firmware information. If you need to update firmware, we just downloaded it, so we should have the latest update. And again, this is not really selected because we have not made a selection yet. So going back here, so it's totally up to you which RAID you want to use. Like me, honestly, if I'm using this, I'm using this as a straight and in addition to just to expand my storage, right? I don't think I will care so much about RAID. That's me, that's my personal choice. Because I have several NASs already, so I really don't need to run RAID on a hardware enclosure like this. Um, Real quick, let me be clear. RAID is not a backup. I cover several NAS in this channel, so I don't want to be like a broken record. I don't want to keep repeating the same things. But this is why I'm just gonna keep it short and simple. You can always watch any of my NAS video. I'll probably go over the same things on all of them. So RAID can help with performance or drive failure protection depending on the mode. But if you delete a file, there's a corrupted folder, you get hit with a malware, or the enclosure itself has a problem, RAID will not magically save you. So if you are storing important footage, family photos, client work, or anything you care about, still keep another backup somewhere else. Again, I always recommend the 3-to-1 method, or I'll use a 4-to-1. I'm so paranoid. I want multiple backup of my important file. All right, it's how important your backup, your file, or to you, your pictures, your memories. If they're that important, treat them as such. Okay, so here, we're gonna go ahead and create a we're gonna rate 10. Now the problem with rate 10, I'm losing half of my storage, right? I don't even have much just to begin with. You guys know I am expensive storages nowadays. So each drive I have here, those are SATA SSDs. Each drive is 223.56 gigabyte, right? So give and take, right? I have about, if I get all four, I'm shy about a terabyte. Okay. And now if I'm using a RAID, um, it's pretty much gonna depends on how much protection I'm looking for. It's pretty much gonna put me at a disadvantage. By the way, the booklet, the manual that come with this, does a pretty good job explaining the different RAID to you, which I truly appreciate. So, but so you know what with 0, with 1, with 3 and 5, and which one they recommend. So yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. So I'm gonna go RAID 0. Okay, so RAID 0 has the fastest data read speed, but has no protection at all. Okay, so data will be lost due to one damaged hard drive. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's the fastest, but oof, you're gonna lose. You take a hit, it's gonna be hard. Okay, so with RAID 0, I'm getting 894.12 gigabyte. So, yep, we're gonna apply that. Yes, sir. All right, so it gives you that big ol' warning. If you move forward with this, all your data will be deleted. Okay, I have nothing on this drive, so we're gonna proceed. All right, so right now it's just go ahead and set up the configuration for us. All right, I don't want to keep popping this on a different screen. Okay, so let you know that we have already created. So RAID 0 and so click on OK. So yeah, let's boom. So now RAID level 0, status normal, and all drives are there. So M0, M1, M2, and M3. Okay. That's perfect. Okay, guys. All right. So we're back. I found a quick solution. So I ended up, like I said before, go ahead and plug it into the Mac, and through the Mac, I was able to initialize the drive, and of course, I use exFAT that I was able to be so I can able to use it on Windows and Mac, and yeah, and now I plug it into Windows and it's working. Yeah, I don't know. I'm again Windows shenanigan. Who knows? Um, it wasn't giving me the option to initialize the drive, so or it did give me the option but didn't do it. So okay, let's move on. So now we got the drive as you see it over there. So ORICO MDV, that's 5 letters they wanted me to type, and so we have 892 gigabyte available. Right, that's pretty awesome, right? Again, it's 4 small SSD SATA and to 1. We are using RAID 0. But yeah, so let's go ahead and we're going to do a transfer test. Okay, I'm going to open this up. We're going to use our test folder, and I'm going to move a one of my video files that we're going to do. It's 1.28 gigabyte. All right, so that should give us good enough speed. I was going to show right here. Okay, 1.28, and boom. Okay, I mean, pretty fast, not bad. All right, let's crank it up a little bit. Let's do, I think I had a 3.2.8. I have a bigger one than that. There you go. 3 gigabyte, 233, 32. Okay. I mean, not the speed we looking for, but still not bad, right? Still not bad. Okay, so I think that was my biggest file here. So click get rid of that. So all right, let's go ahead and use, let's see what we got here. Let's go ahead and use good old black magic here. I'm gonna do, we did 3, so let's go 4. Yeah, I don't know. It's so no difference, just like we experienced earlier when I transferred those files. We were about what, 233, 234, and you're still not even lower down to 222. Pretty interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we're not, this is not giving us 10 gigabit speed at all. Not even remotely close. Again, at 10 gigabit, we should at least pushing, theoretically speaking, 1250 megabyte per second. But on a good day, maybe 800, 900. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. So, okay. Okay. All right, let's go and use Crystal Dismark here.
2 to 68. Okay, a little bit of improvement, but not much. Yeah, a little bit of improvement. I'll take it. You know, your real world speed will depend on a variety of things. Depends on your drive you install, RAID mode, a USB port on your computer, and the cable you're using. We are using the original cable that came with the product. We are in fact using a 10 gigabit per second port on the computer. So yeah, it shouldn't be any issues when it comes to that. And we are using RAID 0, which is supposed to give us one of the fastest speeds. So as far as testing, that's it. Like I said, we've done it 3 different ways, and we're pretty much getting the same result. With this mark giving us pretty much a better result than everything else, but that's about it. Okay, so to conclude here, what do I like about the Oracle? So the design is clean. It looks good on the desk, especially if you have a silver or a minimally setup. So if you're using like a Mac Mini, a Mac Studio, it will fit perfectly. Secondly, you know, it gives, you know, if you have like old 2.5 inch SSDs, it would give it a second life. Like those are older SSDs that I have that's been sitting around, and now I can leave them connected to this computer and use them as a kind of backup drive. You know, I'm getting near one terabyte, which is not bad. Again, as hopefully if storage getting a little cheaper, and I can get maybe 1 terabyte SSDs and populated 4 of them in there, and yeah, that's plentiful. You know, again, so the way the enclosure is very compact and it's convenient. So one cable, one power adapter, so kind of give you a much cleaner setup. And then having the RAID option gives you more flexibility. You can choose whether you care about more speed, capacity, or redundancy. And fifth, it can be a nice middle ground between a basic external SSD and a full NAS. A NAS is better for network access, multiple users, remote file sharing, and always on storage. But a DAS like this is simpler. Plug it directly into your computer, use it locally, and get to work. So the things I don't like. So first thing I don't like is at least the things you need to know before buying. First is not a USB4 and the USB4 NVMe model, which um which has a different code. I think this is the 8848RC3, his model, and the USB4 has a different name. I'll post it. So be careful when you're buying these two because they look very similar. So again, if you're expecting a crazy NVMe speed, you're looking at the wrong version. And again, 10 gigabits per second is good for SATA SSD, but it's still a limit. You know, if your workflow needs absolute fastest external storage possible, you may want to look at USB4 or Thunderbolt NVMe enclosure instead. RAID setup can confuse beginners. You need to understand that what mode you are using before trusting it with important files. And finally, it's an external power. That's normal for a 4-bay enclosure, but it does mean it's more of a desktop setup than a portable SSD you can throw in a bag. And we should buy this. I think it makes more sense for content creators, PC builders, home lab user, and anyone with multiple 2.5 inch drives sitting around. If you edit videos and want a dedicated project drive setup, this could make sense. If you build PCs and constantly clone drive, move files, or test SSD, this is useful. If you have a mini PC or Mac mini setup and want clean local storage without going full NAS, this also fits. But if you only need one external SSD, this is probably way overkill. And if you need network storage that your whole house can access, buy or build a NAS instead. So my final verdict for this product is before we jump to that, before we jump to our final verdict, let's start pricing. Give me 1 second here. All right, so this is the Oracle it's 88 series mixed data vault. As you can see, there's a couple versions down here, right? You got the 4-bay, which we're looking at, and there's a 5-bay that support daisy chain, which is pretty interesting. Okay. And also, this is the one I was mentioning earlier. This is an all SSD NVMe model. Okay. So it can take up to 8 terabyte SSD. 4 of them give you 32 terabyte. So, but as you can see, it's pretty much the same setup. Look the same as the one we have. Look at it, right? Except has a different model number. So it's the 8848U4 instead of 8848RC3. So yeah, so keep that in mind when you're buying this. So if you're looking for the faster USB4 model, so it has a 40 gigabit transfer speed, make sure you get this model. But the one we are talking about here is the 8848 RC3, which is $119.99 currently on the website. And right now, if you're buying it, they got a little sale going on here. So if you buy the standalone unit, you get a 2-in-1 USB flash drive value at $19.99. Not a big deal, but at least it's 20 something for free. And you got, of course, you got other bundles there too, if you're interested. Okay, so yeah, so going back to the final verdict. So yeah, this is a clean and practical 4-bay storage enclosure for people who want to organize multiple 2.5-inch drives into one desktop setup. It's not the fastest storage product ORICO makes. It's not trying to be. The value here is convenience, flexibility, RAID support, and giving your existing SATA SSD or 2.5-inch drives a proper home. For me, this makes sense as a creator, for as a storage box or a backup target. You know, a PC builder tool or a clean desk upgrade for people who hate cable mess. Just remember, RAID is not a backup. The drive you use will affect performance, and make sure you're buying the right model. And if you want, say that 2.5-inch drive support with RAID, this is the 8848RC3. If you want USB 4 and M.2 NVMe, that will be the 8848U4. Big difference. And again, guys, if this video help you out, please hit the like button, subscribe for more real world tech reviews like these, and let me know in the comment section, would you use something like this for video editing or backup, or just cleaning up old SSDs? I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.